Hello, this is Joe83. This is my review of the Italian Grand Prix, which finished a little while ago, and it was absolute domination from the Mercedes cars, of Hamilton leading home Bottas by 4.4 seconds. They were just cruising the whole time, so fairly easy result. Hamilton takes the championship lead with that, and Valtteri Bottas second place, solid result from fourth on the grid. And then we had Sebastian Vettel rounding out the podium, 32 seconds behind Valtteri Bottas, and yeah, not very good. Bad signs for Ferrari, definitely, and it might not go very well for the rest of the team for them. But Singapore next week, I'm pretty sure they'll bounce back there, probably get the win. But in fourth place, we had Daniel Ricciardo. What a drive from 16th on the grid, among one of the many drivers who had grid penalties, which was a bit ridiculous. But 16th to 4th, after outpacing everyone. He got fastest lap in the end, but obviously Mercedes probably could have got that if they were actually trying. But Ricciardo did a dive bomb on Raikkonen, which was absolutely lovely move, and he overtook the Force Indias and the Williams on the straight lines, which is quite amazing for the Renault engine, to be fair. And Ricciardo definitely the driver of the day. Fifth place, Kimi Raikkonen, 24 seconds behind his teammate. He's just average at this point, really. He's not doing very well. It's a little bit annoying, but a little bit annoying that he's been retained for next season, but that's what Ferrari want. They want a number 2 driver. Unfortunate that Ricciardo could split them today for the Ferrari's point of view, but in front of the Tifosi they really didn't do very well at all. Sixth place, Esteban Ocon from third on the grid, got into second off the line, so podium was on the cards, but then the true pace of the front runners came through. He ended up 6th, which is good, best of the rest, decent result for Ocon. And then the 2 Williams cars are Stroll and Massa, who started 2nd and 7th. And Massa just still proving himself that he is the better Williams driver. Obviously Stroll's got more potential, which I think he's shown this weekend, but Massa at this point is still better, which isn't very good for Stroll, because obviously Massa's about to retire probably, and he's still better than him. So 7th and 8th, a decent haul of points for Williams. And Sergio Perez, 9th place. There was a very tasty battle on the last lap. If there was one lap longer, it might have actually got interesting, but much like the rest of the race, nothing happened with it. And that was it. So Perez 9th from 10th on the grid, but he went a very long first stint and then closed up to the Williams very well indeed at the end, with Verstappen claiming the final point after getting a puncture on lap 1 with Felipe Massa, as Massa just turned into him and gave him a puncture, which I thought Massa was lucky to get away with, definitely. And Verstappen did well to recover for that final point in the Red Bull, which obviously is hindered in a straight line with the engine. And the rest of the order then, Magnussen 11th after battling with Hulkenberg for the whole race pretty much, with Kvyat 12th and Hulkenberg 13th, with Carlos Sainz 14th. Just not a very good day at all for any driver who didn't have a Mercedes engine really, unless you Daniel Ricciardo. And the Toro Rossos and Hasses and Renaults just struggling a lot. Hulkenberg pitted very early, which was a little bit of a bad move I thought, because he went for the undercut, but then Magnussen covered it off, and then Hulkenberg just had bad tyres for the rest of the race, so unlucky for him. He's my favourite driver, not doing very well today. But Carlos Sainz 14th, as I said. Grosjean 15th after some issues on lap 1. I think he lost his front wing, with Pascal Wehrlein 16th. He were battling. We saw it quite often when the Mercedes were lapping people, that the Saubers were often side by side, which must have been quite fun for them. But then Fernando Alonso, Marcus Ericsson, Stoffel Van Dorn and Jolyon Palmer all retired. Alonso and Palmer had some issues during the race, let's put it that way, and I thought all of them were Palmer's fault. In the turn 3 incident where Palmer just cut the corner and then didn't get the position back, I don't know how people can say it's Alonso's fault. Alonso had the line, and Palmer just cut the chicane and then kept the position, so probably should have been more than a 5-second penalty really. But Alonso very vocal about it on the radio, as we heard. And Jolyon Palmer ended up retiring as well. Probably serves him right after what he did. As Alonso said, it was karma. And then Palmer also managed to mess up on, I think, lap 2. He locked up massively and went straight on at turn 1, which lost him any chance of getting anywhere near the points. As we've seen all season, he's an absolute bottle and absolutely terrible, and he should leave. But that's just my thoughts on it. Leave a comment if you agree with me, and I'm pretty sure most of the people with any sense will. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the review. The race on a whole, very, very average. Definitely not a good one, but what can you do? We're going to have races like that, and obviously Monza is alright, but Stroll and Ocon kind of gave us a little bit of battling, but there was not really any consistent battling for the whole field at all, because everyone just drove past each other. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then leave a like on the video, subscribe if you want to see more. This has been J83, and I will see you next time.